What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we have a very specific 10. Some of these are newer to the collection, some of these I've had for a little bit, and in my opinion these are some affordable gems that are underhyped and I think should get more love than they actually get. Some of them get a little bit of love, some of them get no love. So I'm here to shed a little bit of light on you, tell you why I like them. I'll have links in the description to everything. Let's talk about them. Stay tuned. So the first two in this video are recent acquisitions. I've been doing some testing with them and they very much impressed me. This first one being, so I recently bought the entire Tous Man line and my favorite was definitely Tous Man Sport. This needs more love. It reminded me of something immediately that I already have. David Beckham Instinct Sport. So the reason it reminded me of that is this fizzy orangey type of smell, but here it's full of aldehydes, and it's either orange or grapefruit, but it has a fizzy orange type of smell. I actually have it on my arm. I really like this fragrance. So good. I love bright and fizzy, effervescent, almost like a carbonated feel. Aldehydes. When there's a lot of aldehydes in the top, that's kind of why I like YSL EDT and Le Parfum so much, full of aldehydes. Bright, fresh. It still is a little soapy, a lot of citrus here. A little bit of herbs, woods and musks. The standard stuff you would expect from a freshie, but I'm telling you, the aldehydes is what really separates this one. Kind of an average performer, 4 to 6 hour range in longevity. Nothing spectacular, what you would expect, but you can get this one in the sub $30 price point. I paid in the low 20s for a tester. Came with the cap in a white tester box. Super delightful aroma, I guess would be the best word to use for this. I've very much been enjoying this. I think this is going to be the first one that I do a review on in the line. It's the one I started testing pretty much immediately, and it's definitely worth checking out in my opinion. Doesn't get enough love, and yeah, I know I got little dents in the cap. Testers get beat up sometimes, right? And it's Tous Man Sport. So in the haul video when I did the first impressions, it straight up smelled like sunscreen on the paper. On skin, different story. Very watermelon juicy, aquatic, and piney green, and a little powdery. It's Kenzo OM Eau de Toilette. So this is supposed to replicate like a stick of bamboo. Interesting bottle. It's very unique, I have to say. Cap, nothing special. Atomizer does a pretty good job. And that scent profile, it's even a little soft floral and powdery tone from the start, and I think that's kind of what gave me that sunscreen feel. Like even out in the air, I get a little bit of that, but it has this like almost coniferous, slightly powdery and floral tone to it, but very much aquatic and melon forward, watery type of feel. And like I said, I believe pine needles or something like that is actually in it, because it does have this piney green smell. Decent performer, not phenomenal. I've heard the Eau de Parfum's a beast and has some leather. I do have it. I haven't opened it yet. I'm testing the EDT first before I move into the EDP. But I have to tell you, I'm really appreciating the scent profile on this one, because it's not the run-of-the-mill blue fragrance. This definitely falls into blue fragrance vibes, just a different take on blue. I know this is a timeless fragrance. They kind of modernized, reformulated a bit, and rebottled. This is an old fragrance brought to the new, I guess you could say. And I don't really see anybody talk about the EDT. The EDP's been getting hype. I know, especially from my man Justin. He's the reason I bought the EDP in the first place. But this is a nice little gem I've been spending some time with over the last couple of days, and I will be doing a full review in the coming days, possibly within the next week. Because this one's actually pretty good. Very underhyped in my opinion. I think it needs more love. It's Kenzo OM Eau de Toilette. One that I needed to put back in the rotation. It's on my rotation table now. Well, that's where I pulled it from, and that's where it's going back to after I finished filming this. Somebody mentioned it in my live chat from earlier today, and this is spring forward. Very much summer as well. This is Bvlgari Man Wooden Rollie. Beautiful, fresh, spicy, zesty green, woody and Neroli as you would expect. Bright white floral, a little soapy. This is such a good fragrance. You gotta like Neroli though. It's very Neroli dominant. The beautiful, soapy, white, flowery smell. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Not real powdery or anything like white florals tend to be. Neroli has this soapy trait to it. And not lavender soapy. It's a different feel. There's an elegance to Neroli. You either love Neroli or you can't stand it. I've noticed that there's not really an in-between with most people. They're either Neroli's not for them or it's definitely for them. I really enjoy it. This has a little bit more depth and scent profile character to it than something like Banana Republic Neroli Woods. Obviously, most of the time, people are going to think Neroli Portofino from Tom Ford when we talk Neroli. Similarities, sure, but this one's got kind of its own take on Neroli. I wouldn't call it, the same fragrance, but because it's so dominant in Neroli, it's hard not to make the comparison. But this one, slightly above average performer in my experience. You can get it very affordable. This is a great fragrance, whether you get a 60 ml or 100 ml. Doesn't matter. You don't need a ton of sprays. It can be cloying if you overspray this one, so be a little careful with it. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but at first it can overwhelm you if you spray it too heavy. Less is more with Wooden Rollie, in my opinion, but just a beautiful fragrance that doesn't get enough love. This Bvlgari, man, Wooden Rollie. Now I have to say, this spray on my hand survived the shower, because I've already taken my shower. I featured this in a First Impressions live stream earlier today. I'm impressed by this one. This is good stuff, and you can get it for $14 and some change from Fragrance Buy in the link below. This is Lattafa, Ejaazi Intense Silver. It's so reflective. You can see my box light with the grid. You can see my camcorder right there. It's hard to really see the bottle because it's so reflective. But hefty, heavy, quality feeling build. Very heavy cap. This is an aquatic dominant fragrance. I saw somebody say, a particular site, Triple Traders maybe, said lavender and cardamom in the top. That makes sense, because I could have swore there was violet in this fragrance, but that kind of, I guess that's what was making that accord. This kind of slight soapy lavender feel with this almost bright minty like cardamom kind of conversing with one another, creating this accord. Very aquatic, very dominant in the C notes. This is good stuff, even a little powdery, not really all that spicy. I've seen, and I was actually asked, do I smell YSL La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique? Not really. The faintest of similarities in the opening, maybe a little bit, but I think it's a very different fragrance. It's very aquatic, which Bleu Electrique is not. But hey, if it smells like Bleu Electrique to you, anybody watching this, teach their own, But so far, this one, like I said, that spray from the live stream from a few hours ago survived the shower. It's still going. It's not overwhelmingly strong or anything, but performance is no issue. It's sub $15. This falls into that same roll the dice. I think it's worth it because it's so damn cheap and you get so much more for your money category as Lattafa, same house, Kedal Frasan. I put that one there as well. This is good stuff. This is going to be great 3-season freshie with spring, summer, and fall, and it's mega cheap. It's literally the cheapest fragrance in this video. And it needs some more love for sure. This is a just awesome fragrance. I wish I could show you the bottle better, but see if we can get a good angle. Lattafa Ejaazi Intense Silver. Now, there's definitely violet in this one. Violet leaf specifically. Beautiful. I haven't wore this one in a while. You can get this in the $20 and below range, especially for a 40 ml like this. This is Joop Wow Fresh. Not one that I've discussed in a while. Not one that I've wore in a while. And when I was compiling the fragrances for this particular topic, the box caught my eye, pulled the cap, I sniffed it, I sprayed, I said, wow, yeah. Wow, no pun intended. This is such a good fragrance. Very clean quality smelling fragrance that you can get very cheap, very fresh. You gotta like violet leaf though, that aquatic, fresh tone. There's a little bit of this petroleum vibe that you get from the violet in Dior Fahrenheit, only this is very fresh. Doesn't have all of that leather and everything. This is very spring, summer, early fall appropriate. And you can get 40 mLs like this super cheap, especially when you find them at the rack stores. But even bigger bottles, sub $40 price point, very affordable. Doesn't smell like everything else. You will get kind of the vibe of the Fahrenheit flankers, like I was saying, because of the violet. But it kind of walks its own path at the same time. It just kind of walks it parallel to the Fahrenheit DNA's path. Beautiful stuff, not on the very powdery side or anything. Decent performer, too, for being the fresh flanker. It's definitely the fresher scent profile to the original, and it's just a straight-up banger that deserves some more hype. Nobody talks about it. It had a very, very brief moment in time about 2 years ago where it was brought up because it was popping up the rack stores, but you don't hear a peep about it anymore, and it's still that good. Shame on me, I haven't been wearing it because I have so many fragrances, but now that we're talking about it, I've been sniffing on it, I'll be spraying it. And it's Joop Wow Fresh. This is one that the first time I smelled it, I had a decant before I had a bottle. I wasn't super impressed. And it grew on me, and grew on me, and grew on me. Now I love the damn thing, and I have a bottle of Chrome Eau de Parfum. Since Parfum came out, I haven't tried it yet. Supposedly it's superior. It's getting all the love. I've talked about Chrome Intense recently. I'm very late to the party on that one. That's a great flanker too. But I didn't want it to overshadow this because it would have been easy to put Chrome Intense right here. Because I've been talking about it a good bit lately, but this deserves some spotlight as well. It's not getting any shine. It's almost like, you know how I've talked about, some of you will know this anyways, I've talked about Chrome Extreme smelling like Chrome mixed with Acqua di Gio Profondo. This smells like Chrome mixed with Acqua di Gio Profondo lights, because it's got all that greenery feel from Profondo lights. Still with the shower gel aquatic feel, but very piney green. Once again, I believe that's in the notes, something along those lines of a piney green feel. Still has a little bit of that shower gel tone of Chrome. Performance is actually above average. It's not a monster, but 6 to 8 hour range and longevity on my skin. This is good stuff. This one deserves attention. There's no such thing as a bad Chrome flanker. I just refuse to believe that exists. I haven't tried them all, but I've tried all of the most popular ones anyways, and this is up there. This is top 5 in the Chrome line, and there's probably 20 versions of Chrome that have come out over the years. This is some good stuff. Definitely check it out. The prices are dropping on it. It's much more affordable. I grabbed this 50 ml for 30 some odd dollars, right around 30 bucks, if I remember correctly. It's absolutely worth checking out. This deserves some more hype because it's grown on me quite a bit. It's pretty damn good. It's Chrome EDP. Now then, online, I've found it for around 39 bucks. That's not terrible, but you can get what it smells exactly. It's a dead ringer for that price, and I would suggest getting Mont Blanc Explorer for that price. But if you can find this at the rack stores, I found this at TJ Maxx for 20 bucks. It is Explorer in a different bottle. It is Hollister Canyon Escape. This is Mont Blanc Explorer in a different bottle. Find this one at the rack stores. That's your best bet. $20 for 100 ml. Dead ringer. You get that bergamot akigali wood smell, that little bit of a leathery feel. It's, like I said, it's Explorer in a different bottle. I actually get decent performance in the 6 hour range on this one. Pretty much what I get from Explorer. I've had people tell me already they get less, they get the same, they get more. So obviously, as with every fragrance, your mileage is going to vary. It does have that Ambroxan shower gel smell. Like I said, this is a dead ringer from Mont Blanc Explorer. But the key to making it worth your while is find it at a rack store for 20 bucks for 100 ml. Because the only place I could really find it was Amazon, and it's 39 bucks. And for that money, just get Explorer. But boy, I'll tell you what, it's a come up. It is a come up if you find it for 20 bucks at the rack stores. It only deserves the hype at 20 bucks. At 40, it doesn't deserve the hype. But you find this one at the rack store for 20 bucks, it definitely deserves some more attention. Again, that's Hollister Canyon Escape. This next fragrance was my sin of the day. I've been actively working on and testing on for a review for this one. In the next few days, the review will come out. This is my favorite version of Eternity now. I'm going to say it here and now. It's Eternity Cologne. And I paid $20 for this. $20 in a white tester box in the link below. Paid 20 bucks, 20, 62, 63, something like that, right under 21 bucks. I like this more. I've always liked all the flankers more than original Eternity Eau de Toilette. That was never for me. My favorite used to be the Eau de Parfum. This has surpassed it. It's a lot of Ambroxan. This geranium Ambroxan oak moss combo where I get the earthy greens, I get the bright minty freshness, a little bit of shower gel feel. It's a little powdery. It still has that kind of timeless, mature vibe, but also mixed with, it's like the old meets the new, because I believe Larnox is in here as well, but the Ambroxan kind of shines. I really dig this. My wife really likes it as well. I did 4 sprays on my neck because I did a live stream where I was testing stuff on my arms, and then we went and run some errands after the stream, and I gave myself another 2 sprays, one on each side of the neck to refresh, and it was overwhelming her in the car. So underrated performer because it's full of Ambroxan. Basically the blue fragrance version of Eternity in many ways, and stays true to what Eternity was about originally, mixed into being a modern blue. This is such a good fragrance. I'm a big fan. It got very, very mixed reviews from on the internet, written reviews and stuff. I encourage you, if you like Eternity or anything about the Eternity DNA, and specifically EDT and EDP, because those are the 2 truest to the EDT, obviously, this is the fresh take on it. This is the modern blue fragrance style to the true DNA of Eternity, and I would encourage you to check this one out. It's $20. One of the better $20 pickups I've made in quite a while. I'm loving this stuff. Can't deny it. It's Eternity Cologne. This one's officially on the rotation table to wear. It's kind of my second favorite from the house. One of my favorite indie houses is Authenticity Perfumes. No secret that my favorite is Summer Vibes 4.0. But Clean Musk is just that. It's that simple. There's other notes in here, but it is a clean white musk. Very cozy, laundered linen type of feel with great performance. It's a 50% oil concentration. It's got all the freshness, all the brightness. It's a little creamy, a little powdery, but very much musky, masculine, but super clean at the same time. Like I said, this is actually kind of like the base for what Summer Vibes 4.0 is about, because it's the same clean musk as in the base there is what this fragrance is built around. This is so good. This is so good. I like this more than Tobacco Boss. It's kind of a tie with Summer Vibes 2.0 for me. So it's top 3 for sure. Arguably number 2. Big fan of Barbershop from them, but I don't know. This kind of surpasses it for me. For as simple as it is, this white label and the name is very, very fitting. What you see is the vibe you get from this scent profile. Hugely, wildly underrated and underhyped from this house. I'm guilty of hyping the shit out of the Summer Vibes fragrances. I get it, because I'm a big fan of all 4 of the ones that have come out. I pray that we get a 5th version this year. Be great. The 3rd version, the 1st version, they were all good. They're all good. The line's great. The line within the line is great. But this, it doesn't get more easy and enjoyable and versatile than a nice, clean musk with performance. And that's what you get here. Authenticity Perfumes, Clean Musk. I don't know if I could have did this video without doing that. I purposefully put this one last because this one continues to impress me. It really does. Look, it's not the greatest fragrance in sliced bread. It's not the best thing to come out in the 21st century of perfumery. I'm not saying that because I have been talking about it a good bit. But if you can find this from 20 bucks, I mean, you can get it online for 20 bucks for a tester, 100 ml tester, which is the same thing you see here. CK All from Calvin Klein. I've been talking about this one a lot lately, guys. This is a guilty pleasure freshie for me. Fresh, zesty citrus, creamy white florals. Freesia. I love the use of the Freesia note in here. That white floral, it's a bright, fresh floral tone without being super feminine. There's a little bit of a supportive, creamy jasmine, a little bit of a wood, a little bit of musk, but it's mostly creamy white florals in the heart. It's like a more dense CK1 summer flanker that performs decent. 4 to 5 hours on my skin. This is a banger. Shout outs to my man Joey Cannoli for recommending it to me. Absolute banger. It is my duty to shed spotlight on this fragrance because this is a great, super underrated, super underhyped, $20 cheap fragrance. This one deserves some love. You can get it online for the same price you can find it at the rack stores. I've been seeing it at Ross Dress for less, but you can find it in the link below for the same price if you're not having luck finding it in person. This is worth trying. This is one of the CK flankers that I definitely stand behind. I mean, obviously, if you watch the channel on a regular basis, you've been seeing me talk about this one. You've been seeing it in the weekly rotations, whether it's to the gym, whether it's casually during the day, whether it's out the shower in the evenings. I've been wearing it because I've been very much enjoying this one. So get your hands on this one if you're looking for just probably the best CK flanker I've had in a while. CK All from Calvin Klein. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What of these 10 have you tried? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Sound off below. I'm very, very curious. They're all really good. Some of these were I reached back in the collection. Some of these are newer to the collection. Several of these are new to the collection, actually. Most of them are new to the collection because I've been buying a lot of fragrances lately, guys. Been doing a lot of haul videos and adding new stuff to review and test and try out and recommend or not recommend to you guys. So definitely appreciate you being here and watching it. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 10 and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.